How we doing? It's Mailman Nick. Follow me on Instagram at Nick Venti. If you enjoy this content, please give me a thumbs up. Don't treat me like a 204B over here. And obviously, these are my own thoughts and opinions. I will not speak on behalf of the Postal Service. So I just woke up. I had a long day yesterday, and I didn't even. I was gonna go grocery shopping. I just went home, showered, and went right to bed. Didn't work out, didn't cook, but this morning I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna show you guys my grocery haul and what I cook because I love promoting healthy living, fruits, organic meat, the good stuff, the fuel. But this week has been long because we've had so many call offs. The weather's been, below 30 with the wind chill or negative 30 with the wind chill. We've had really cold days, and yesterday we had 13 open routes and a lot of call offs, which means they they give us the on the announcements, hey, I'm working off the list, which means the overtime list. People who aren't on the overtime list, even long time regulars, 30, 40 years in, they had overtime, in those type of situations where the mail's got to go out, they're going to be mandated. But when carriers like that, like the carriers who aren't on the overtime list, regulars, when they're not on the overtime list and they're mandated overtime, that means people like me, carriers like me, who are on the overtime list, you have to work us 12 hours before you can mandate them. So I know when they say we're mandating off the list, that means I know I'm getting 12 hours. So I had 12 yesterday. I had half of City 4 out in the hills, and I like to do that in the middle of the day because those people don't plow, they don't shovel, they don't salt, so it takes you forever. So that's why I wanted to get that route done. It's probably gonna be my new route actually, because I know someone bid on that City 30, so I'm probably gonna get that City 4. It's top three worst routes in the office, so I'm kind of preparing for it. I had the beginning half. I know the back half really well because they always throw me on the back half, but I was kind of happy I had the beginning because I got to learn it a little bit. But those houses are very far apart, and like I said, nobody shovels, nobody salts, nobody plows out there. I don't I don't know why, but when I'm in town, they're really good at shoveling and stuff. But when the houses are far apart, when there's like mountains of snow, it takes a while to walk house to house, and it adds a lot of time to the route. And mail was actually light on that route, and it still took me a long time because I got back to my route around 5 o'clock. I still had half of the route to do, which was 3 hours. So I ended up clocking out at 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. But yeah, it's been call offs all week long, and that's why I had somebody message me saying, I want to apply for this job, but if it was guaranteed only 8 hours, but I can't do this 12-hour stuff. And the thing is, if it was like straight 8 hours for carriers and like there was no overtime or whatever, it would be very competitive. Like it would be very hard to get this job. But since you know we do work a long hours, that's why we had a lot of regulars call off when the weather gets super cold like this, when there's a lot of snow on the ground, that's when people call off, and that's where all the overtime is. So that's why in the summer hours, there's no hours in the summer. Well, depending where you're at, like my office, everyone seems to show up and like recover in the summer because it's the weather's nice and it stays lighter later. But when in the wintertime, when it does get dark at 5 o'clock, when there's snow on the ground, when it's below temperatures. Like yesterday wasn't too bad. The wind wasn't too bad, so it was like I think it was 8 to 10 degrees, something like that. When I was delivering last night, not too bad compared to what it's been. But when it's below zero and the wind chill is rough and you can't feel your hands and your feet and if you layer up, everything else should be good. But your face, fingers, and toes are the worst when it gets cold. But that's what people don't want to deal with, and they just call off, use their sick leave, whatever. But that's where the hours are going to come from. Like I hit almost 60 hours without the holiday pay this week. So I was like, let's get it. You know, I'm one of the few people in my office who like the overtime. I'm just like, let's go, let's make this money because I know if I hit over 60, I know that, I don't care about that grievance. It's like chump change. I just want to work over 60, then I don't care. So, but if I hit over 60, I know my check's going to be a certain amount. And that's why the overtime, you know, the overtime pays for this condo and like where I live, I deliver I deliver in town where I live, and it's A+ for crime. It's very safe. It's very good neighborhood, and I work this overtime to pay for that. I pay for my experiences like my vacation. I got my tattoo appointment. I'm gonna get my throat done. I'm going to a Bulls game. I'm going to a Bucks game. I got a few other stuff planned. And overtime pays for that. And that's why when I see these 12 hours, I cannot complain. I'm super thankful. When I started this job, I was in debt. I think I was just talking about my supervisor who used to be a carrier. I was talking to her, and we were literally just talking about that. When she started, she wasn't as financially secure as she is now, and she has the post office to thank for that. I think when I was out there freezing, like I couldn't feel my hands, I'm like, I'm not going back to being hungry, being in debt, and like worrying about money and stuff like that. I'll never go back to that. I don't care how many cold days I have. I don't care. I'm gonna suck it up and I'm gonna do it because I'm like, let's make this money and be financially free and secure and independent. Because I'll never go back. I've starved once. I'll never starve again. I best believe that. Best believe that. So, yeah, I'm one of the few people who like the overtime, and it like the other day, like I heard the gunshot on City 7, and it was funny because I acted like I didn't hear nothing. I'm like, handle your business. Just don't put me in the crossfire. Just don't put me in the crossfire. But that's the type of stuff we deal with, and I try to document things so you guys could see. Okay, a mail carrier has to deal with this and stuff that you might not even have thought you had to deal with, because there was one CCA who came in and didn't even was not dressed appropriately. If you're a new CCA, dress appropriately. Like people assume we don't walk. Like we walk house to house. We walk in the snow. We walk in bad conditions. Make sure you dress appropriately. Coming in like you're going to the club or something, like that's dress appropriately. Don't dress like you're going out, or make sure you wear the appropriate attire. Make sure you wear the appropriate attire, because carriers are just gonna clown you and like be like, what the hell are you doing? Like you're gonna be miserable all day. You're gonna be miserable all day. So don't be afraid to ask too. If you have questions like, hey, what should I wear for my shadow day orientation, whatever, like ask somebody, because some of the CCAs I've seen, they're not prepared at all, and that might that might make them think, oh, I'm gonna quit or whatever, because we get CCAs quitting all the time. So just make sure you if you're not sure what to wear, ask. Be like, hey, ask your postmaster. If like you schedule the shadow day, like ask your postmaster or whatever, like, hey, what type of attire should I wear? What's appropriate, so you're prepared. Don't be that, like, you're gonna, especially in this cold, if you're not prepared, your feet are gonna be freezing, your hands. So be prepared. Be prepared. Uh, but yeah, point of this video, hours are high right now. People call off a lot this time of year, but like, let's make this money. Let's save up. Let's keep contributing to that TSP. We got that secure retirement, so let's get it. I'm gonna go grocery shopping now. I'm gonna get my stuff done. I'm gonna work out. Have a few little small bets on football. It's gonna be fun to watch. It just makes it fun to watch. I don't bet like hundreds of dollars. I bet like $10, $20, just to have some stake in the game. I used to go to the casino all the time when I was younger, but now it's I just place a few bets from my house, watch football, and have a good time. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and real quick, someone also, I get a lot of comments too, people saying that one guy told me in Academy, well, one guy in Academy, one of my, the floater that's on my hold down right now, I'm going to get City 4 probably, but a carrier who's the floater on my hold down, she's a teacher in the Academy, and he said that she's his teacher, so that's kind of cool. And he said he's been quoting me a lot, but other carriers have said in their orientation, their academy, they quote my "Don't treat me like a tool for be over here." I love to see it. You guys are awesome. It shows the reach my videos are getting. It makes me happy reading that stuff and reading your guys' messages. It makes me happy. So thank you guys all for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.